Very
fills me with,
festive, Steve.
it just fills me with the spirit every time. I don't know why. It's tinkling sounds of assigned seatings. Very mellow, weird instrumental intro, but it makes me, I don't know, it fills me with spirit.
Yes.
Makes me happy. We're full of spirit tonight. We got three hoes. It's Christmas time, yo. Ho
Yeah.
ho ho. We're here. We have, of
Santa's
course,
biggest
the
hoe.
one. We have the wonderful Vera with us, but we have a special guest down here, Mr. Bryant Bailey. He's been with us before, but
Yeah.
I had to call in proper reinforcements this year because the reason that this review / discussion is happening is because I freely admitted a couple of weeks ago that I had not seen this movie. And as an elder millennial, that apparently was a bit of a sin, a cardinal sin that I had not seen this movie, especially at this
You're
time
gonna
of
have
year.
to turn in your card.
I know, right? So I'll reveal. Obviously, if you haven't already heard, well, you will have because you would have read the title of the show. But that's okay. We live. We are talking about today, seasonally, because it's the time of year. 1983's A Christmas Story. Now, I am going to back myself here. I was born in 1983, so having not seen it, I think I get a little pass. But the reason I know this movie exists, and I know that certain quotes and certain scenes and all that thing, because I don't know what kind of racket my grandparents were in, but we had a VHS copy of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which
Now that's a classic.
right? But there was a trailer for A Christmas Story before it. I don't know what kind of racket they were in for bootleg Christmas movies, but I knew bits and pieces of it. And then watching the whole thing, I was like, "Oh, okay." But the bits that are in the trailer really just like stood out to me. I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. This is happening." I totally forgot about Santa Claus and the slide and the whole thing. I'm like, it was kind of like a little bit of nostalgia for something that I hadn't seen.
Ho.
No, that was a creepy scene when I was like 6 years old, man.
Right. But this is what
Yeah,
I'm going
leave
to
alone
say. Because
sitting on a geriatric dude's lap, but like the elf pushing you down the slide.
this is the conversation I want to have before we start, because you would have grown up with this movie, right, Brian? Because this is like a huge movie over there. It's like 24 hours a day. I think
Christmas Eve into Christmas Day.
Yeah, I think it goes right. It's a Wonderful Life, like classic, nostalgic, like Christmas that should be. This movie and National Lampoons, like they're the trifecta
and Elf.
of.
Don't forget Elf.
It's true. Elf has worked its way in there.
Don't forget Elf.
And I would argue Muppets Christmas Carol, but that's just
of course that's the best version of A Christmas Carol.
I love any version of A Christmas Carol, but Muppets is on the top.
Muppets is up the top. I think I'm gonna watch that tonight because that'll put me in the actual Christmas spirit. Yes, I'm ready to go. So when did you first see this, Bryant Bailey, my lovely friend?
Well, I'm the same age as you, so 1983, good times.
Yes.
But as far back as I can remember, it was always playing on TV. Like when you talk about the 24-hour things, my mom would throw on like TNT or whatever channel and just let it ride. So got real familiar with the Bupkus' dogs and Ralphie and all of them. I guess as I've gotten older, it's just it's more tradition to watch it than anything else. Like I'm not really like, oh boy, A Christmas Story, but I'm like, well, it's Christmas. It has to be one of the movies that plays.
It's on. It's there. And V, you say you can quote this movie.
I saw this movie in 1983.
Yes,
I was an adult buying Christmas gifts for my family and friends on my own at the mall, and just decided I'm done. I'm going to a movie. And I went to this movie, and I was one of 6 people in the theater.
Oh, wow.
It kind of bombed it in its opening release. It did not have a lot of people see it. But then as it moved to video, and that's when it gained its popularity, is, parents plugging it in to babysit their kids at Christmas time. But yes,
of those benefited from the VHS invention and it coming into homes.
I actually owned this on DVD at one point in my life. Yeah, I know large parts of this movie by heart.
By heart. Well, it is very quotable. There's some very
Well, the
memorable
father's
moments.
quotes are just,
That's what he sounds like. You're blowing out the microphone, girl. Calm down. You can't be carrying down. You're like, she's getting rassafrassin. But I think that when I was thinking about it, this is kind of, as I said, like It's a Wonderful Life is the idealized postcard / Christmas card version of what Christmas should be. This is kind of like very relatable kid stuff. This is very,
right.
like
yeah.
every time like it's that kind of Christmas. This whole thing is just, I love the little vignettes that we get throughout because it's kind of what Christmas is like when you're a kid. Like one thing's happening, but something else is happening. I'm going here, and something else is happening here, and there's dogs and there's turkeys and legs, and it's all just
most of us are scoffers, but hey, the big guy.
And then, of course, you've got National Lampoons, which is like kind of the reality of Christmas, the harsh reality of Christmas. You're like, oh dear. But we're going
more
back to a
satirical
simpler
take on
time.
the American family.
Right. I think this did a pretty good, like, tongue-in-cheek satire of a classic America, like classic Americana, because this is set in 1939, right? This is like.
Yeah, but America did not progress a lot between 1939 and 1962. The cars were similar. I mean, this is the Christmas that I would see in the family photo albums.
Yeah, I always thought this movie took place in the 50s, not the 30s.
Yeah. Well, they don't actually set a time. It's anywhere between 1939 and 1962. The producer said.
It's got that, wannabe throwback Republican, good old America vibe.
Yes, the Make America Great Again that everybody longs for and never had.
Exactly.
That's it. So, like most Christmases when we were children, there is a focal point of this movie, and if I had to hear the words Red Ryder 200 shot range model air rifle again, I got it.
My brother-in-law bought my nephew the Red Ryder when he was like 8.
Oh, what?
And Dia nearly had a fit. She's like, "You bought my son a gun."
Did he shoot his eye out?
I don't even know if he ever took it out of the box.
Oh, bless.
I think it's in Lee's archives.
There we go. So it could be worth some money.
Maybe.
I mean, it is a very valid warning. My friends and I played with BB guns as kids, and we may have more than once turned them on each other for fun. Nobody got shot in the eye, but in retrospect, terrible idea.
Yeah.
Right. This is like the Christmas version of lawn darts. It's like things that may kill you. Things that may kill you at Christmas. But I guess we don't have to go in any kind of chronological order, but I just love how many times you'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. And then it's
no.
I'll be fine.
Mom,
God, I nearly shot my eye out. It's like, parents do know best. It's like
I love the way she completely fell for the lie, though.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
she's been warning him from word go, you'll shoot your eye out, and suddenly, and I think a fella, the neighbor's barn. Icicles kill people.
Yeah.
But I feel like, maybe that plays towards the gullibility of parents. Like, my kid would never do that. My kid wouldn't lie to me.
Ralphie.
Right? He's such a good boy.
He is. And look, what a good child actor to put the focal point of a movie on. He was he did have some fake tears stuck to him for a little while, but there were real tears as well. I love things in HD now where you're like, it's glued there. That's okay. But he is that kind of blonde-haired, blue-eyed, round-faced, cute, all-American, good little kid that just tries to do his best, but just the obstacles thrown in this poor child's way. I love it. I was very happily on the journey as when it started. It's like, yeah, I'm down with that. But it does. I remember the fixation thing of that one thing that you wanted for Christmas.
Right.
That one thing, like, and it carries through. It's actually been my childhood is or our childhood, Brian. Now is have you been into a toy store recently?
They don't even exist here in this country anymore, really.
We almost went into FAO Schwartz the other day just for the nostalgia vibe, but there was literally a line down the whole avenue. And we were like, fuck that. Wait an hour to go to a toy store.
Christmas time? I don't think
like
so.
They closed down all the Toys R Us stores and everything else. I think those are the classic toy stores.
Right.
Yeah. Like KB and all that.
KB Toys, that was ours.
And it's literally my childhood. I was like, I had a little, I don't know, post-traumatic stress heart flutter looking at something. I was like, I picked things up to buy them for myself. I was like, you're 41. You don't need a Masters of the Universe toy. Maybe I do, though.
You could.
Yeah.
If it brings you joy, then there's no other reason not to buy it.
Right.
But there's Ninja Turtles, there's Master of the Universe, there's G.I. Joe, there's Transformers, there's all this stuff that I vivid.
Well, half of them have movie reboots.
Yeah, they're all getting rebooted.
They're all getting movie reboots.
Half of them are being bastardized along the way. Like I haven't watched the new Ninja Turtles, but that animation looks terrible. I'm like,
but they are also bringing back the classic toy line, so the ones that we had as kids are on the shelves.
Like the where you open the shell and you put their legs back in. That's
the Transformer ones are out back. Yeah, they're all back. I was like, and all right, here was my fixation, and this is the one I do remember. The one thing I wanted but never got, and it was Ninja Turtles related. And I have told this story before on the podcast about my dad hiding the Ninja Turtles toys when they were released, and then going and picking them up and bringing them to the counter. But I always wanted the sewer playset and the blimp, and I never got either of them. You know how hard it is to not buy that when you see it as an adult? You're like, I could have that. But I don't have that.
I get that with the Lego Millennium Falcon.
That's yours.
Every time I see that, I'm like, I could spend that $300.
I look at the Lego Death Star.
Very nice.
I've never bought it, but I look at it.
I know. It's like I covet me. It just makes you. I can relate to Ralph. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think every kid on the planet can relate to Ralph. You know, there was always that It toy, that Teddy Ruxpin, that Barbie, bend at the waist Barbie, that,
Snap Barbie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Every generation has their Red Ryder BB gun.
True.
It used to be every Christmas. You remember there was?
Well, yes, every Christmas there's hot toys. I'm so far removed from kids, I don't even know what they are anymore.
It seemed to be the monster trucks this year. I was like, I had to buy a 4-year-old some monster trucks.
So.
All right.
Yeah. Trucks are always good.
I loved buying my nephew Transformers. They were a fun toy.
Transformers are the bomb.
Yeah. Come on, Matthias, let's play with your Transformer.
I had older siblings, and I would get like G.I. Joe or Voltron or something like that, and I would unwrap it, and my brother would go, I'll put the stickers on it for you, and I wouldn't see it for like an hour and a half.
The best part about those was the little thermal stickers where you could rub them and they change color.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of
you had to put stickers on things, like you had to like deck it out and get it right. But my brother would always my toys would go missing, and then they would come back fully formed.
Well, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. How many of those perfect toys, like the Red Ryder BB gun that you got, that you played with forever? It really wasn't even though you coveted it and you wanted Santa to bring it. it ended up being something else that you played with more frequently.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I mean,
sure.
I never got a gun.
I never
But
got a
that's part
gun.
of the human condition. You want it until you have it.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want it at all.
But yeah,
Damn
you know.
But I think we can all relate to the kind of internal struggle of the house, because Ralph's brother is the most annoying kid in the planet.
Oh my god, he needs to be smacked upside the
The
head.
noises. I just think. I
But
don't know, it must
he
be the
loved
sound,
his
the
older
sound design.
brother.
The
He
sound
He was
sat under
design
such
that-
a brat. I mean,
he sat
Ralphie
under-
was pretentious
so
too,
loud.
but
Everything is so loud in this movie. Have you that kid's voice just resonates above anything else in the soundscape, and then when they're
Daddy's
singing in
gonna
the car,
kill Ralphie. I tell you,
Or
I
when he
can
can't-
grow large
when he
checks.
can't put it, I can't put my arms down. But I love Mum. Put your arms down when you get to school.
get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of my. I feel sorry for Ralph's mum. She deserves a stiff drink. That woman.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Like that point where she's getting dinner, and as soon as she sits down, the husband's like, "Oh, can I have some more?" And then as soon as she does that, Ralphie's like, "Oh, can I have some more?" Like, fuck both of you. Your legs aren't broken. Get your ass up and fill your plate.
But I do
Well-
like
Let the woman
the posthumous voiceover, because he's like, my mum never had a hot meal for 15 years. It's like, that's so relatable, because mums are always, they're always the last.
Not my
one.
mother.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
stop
My
it.
mom wouldn't have had that.
Not. You don't need seconds. Shut up.
But even as we said, it's very ambivalent to where/when in the timeline this is, but they firmly, whack you over the head with, this is classic Christmas lights, carolers, like department store, all that kind of stuff, and it does set the movie off right before you go into the kid version of what it is, which is
Right.
having to survive school to get to Christmas. It's those like dying days of school where you're like, I love the teacher's
desk with all the gag toys that she's
Oh, yeah.
confiscated over the years.
the teeth. She took all of those teeth
She
in
took all
her
those teeth in her
hand.
hand. I know, right? Where is your hand sanitizer, woman?
Oh no, we didn't believe
I
in
was
that back in the
I
day.
was both impressed and a little dismayed that she did not crack a smile at that gag. Like, I know after the last kid was handing the teeth, there was a hint of a smirk, but
Yeah,
I
I
would
know.
have I would have died, dude, if I turned around and saw 30 kids with hillbilly teeth.
Hey,
Well done, children. Well done.
Well done. But I think one of the most iconic things to happen in this movie, and well known because it's in the trailer and it's urban legend come to life, is the whole Flick and Schwartz
Flick and Schwartz, that's a great scene.
argument / the epically
epically
triple dog dare to stick his tongue to the
That was a
flagpole.
big deal back in the day. You don't triple
Right.
dog dare somebody unless you mean it.
That's intense. But they're a good little posse of actors. Those people are like, I want to know. I want to know. Like, I want to know. I'm sure there's a behind-the-scenes documentary of this film.
Actually, I think
is that a thing? Like, did
the
they
kid that
actually
plays
stick that kid's
Schwartz,
tongue?
the kid that plays Schwartz was a well-known child actor at the time. I can't think of who he was, but
Yeah, he's got a memorable face.
he was
Schwartz.
expected to get the part of Ralphie, and then
Oh.
when Peter Billingsley showed up, he was bumped down in the cast
Bumped
list.
down.
Yeah.
Just the most unfortunate character as well. So not only does he get his tongue stuck to the bloody flagpole and left, I just love. But the bell rang. We've got to go. Can't argue with the bell.
My
They're on the
favorite
scene.
line in that scene is when the teacher walks up to, I know that the guilt you feel far outweighs any punishment you might experience. This was a classic teacher parent dodge. Every kid knew it was better to not get caught.
Oh, that was definitely a very, very true moment for all of us
Yeah,
as
that was
children.
the best moment in that scene for me.
I just love the abandonment. No one stayed with that kid. Like, the bell rang. What are we gonna do? You're on
The
your
bell
own.
Well,
rang.
they didn't want to get in
You are-
trouble.
Yeah.
You're on your own. The fire department, the cops, everyone.
Where's Flick? Flick? Who's Flick?
They're all like, and that little girl's
And
just
the little
like,
girl's like,
she was like, there were some devil-looking children in this movie. It's like, oh,
yeah.
there were some bumpkin-ass looking kids. It's like, but tell me the effectiveness of wrapping the child's tongue.
Yeah.
Like,
Little
that's
bow.
not
Even the part of the
That's not a
tongue that was
medical thing.
factually frozen to the pole either. Like you still
Right.
saw the tip of the tongue.
Yeah. And then, like,
And then they made him go back to class.
yeah, just, you know,
Oh,
well, there was no calling your parents in 1939. You just had to
right.
deal with it. Whatever happened on the schoolyard.
Yeah,
you
rub
had
some
to
dirt in
deal
it,
with
you'll be fine.
Yeah, right.
One of my best buds, his sister broke her arm, and his mother sent her to school anyway. And the school nurse called her up and said, "Your child needs to go to the hospital." And she said, "What do you mean?" She had no idea that her child had broken her arm. She was just like, she had 5 kids, and they were all going to school.
Jeez.
Mommy needed her downtime.
Sometimes but that happens a lot. Where you're like, oh, arm hurts, you'll be fine. Like, oh, that's a green stick fracture that I didn't know you had. It's,
Right,
you can't
right.
blame people. Sometimes shit happens, you know.
But
like,
nowadays, you wouldn't be able to send your kid to school with a broken arm.
Yeah.
You know,
well, there
you'd
are
find
worse
yourself
things than
in.
a broken arm though, and a stuck tongue. 2 words for you: gut farkus.
Oh, he had
That kid's
green
the devil.
teeth. I swear he
the
had
devil.
green teeth.
He's the devil. Those kids are the devil. What's that other little one? He's like, yeah, come here, kid.
Oh,
He's like a little,
The
Oh
Hobbit.
yeah, and his
What is
toady, Scott,
what is
his
his name?
toady.
Grover Dill.
With his
Grover
cat,
Dill,
yeah.
Come
good
here.
job.
Come here, kid. That's like, is this Goodfellas? I'm like, I don't know. When I say come here, you come here. It's like, whoa. But I distinctly remember that as well as a kid. Like, you know, stay away from those ones because they're the fucking crazy kids. You know, and if just don't make eye contact, run away, and just.
Oh, but it's a great underdog moment when Ralphie
Yeah.
finally unlooses on both of them.
I love it, and
Fuck
the
'em
kid's
up.
like, he's saying what?
and the curse exchange. Such a frusses, such a frusses,
Yeah.
such a frusses.
I love that. I love that because it does take you back to being a kid as well. When you hear your parents like, you know,
Mhm.
cursing out, you're like, yeah, what? You don't know what that is. It's just sound. So to have that
Only I
reflected
didn't
to the
say
other kids.
fudge.
Right.
Yeah. I was going there next. Because it's amazing. But the kids are all like, and we're not hearing what's actually coming out. I think
We're
that's
hearing
real. That's
frusses,
some good
frusses,
filmmaking. It's like, what is he saying? Because the biggest cardinal sin we will come to, but he kicks the royal shit out of that kid.
Randy laid there like a slug. It was his only defense.
Everyone's just like, okay, Ralphie, 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 and Ralphie's like,
Schwartz is
so
self-
mom, yeah, he's like, your mom. Like, Schwartz is playing to the camera like no one.
Yeah.
But mom comes and takes care of it all. She's got it. The cold flannel on the back of the neck. It's like,
Yeah. Go lay
okay.
down.
Go lay down. I wish I was told to go lay down.
Dad's gonna kill Ralphie.
under the kitchen cabinet.
With all
That kid's
that,
got some-
in 1950s, all of those chemicals were like poisonous.
yeah, like and I love it. She's like, okay,
Let me-
just shuts the door on him with the glass of milk. Like, okay, bye now. You go.
Here, have this plate of mercury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck this up with that leaded
Enjoy
pipe
your
cleaner.
milk with your rat sack. It's gorgeous. It's a time. But Bryant was there because Ralphie does drop the cardinal sin. He swears in front of his
Yeah.
parents. I didn't think they would. Like, I don't know. It's just maybe just me. I don't think they would show it, but that's a 4-letter word. That's a long fuck.
Mhm. Well, they added the extra U's to get past the
Yeah.
censors.
Yeah. You gotta
Fudge.
do it.
Only I didn't say fudge.
Say fudge.
It was the F dash 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 word. The queen mother of all dirty words.
And I love Jeremy Gavin's. He's like, what did you say?
That's what I thought you said.
Get back in the car. It's like, oh god.
And when the father leans in and he whispers, "Your son said," and the mother goes, "Oh God, no!"
Right.
and when she calls the
Mrs. Schwartz.
Schwartz's mum, Schwartz
Didn't even question her son. Just beat the shit out of him over the phone.
on the phone, and she just hangs up. She's like, oh.
Right. My job's done.
Probably his father.
Schwartz has had his tongue stuck to a pole, got the shit kicked out of him by the bullies, and now his mother's beating him red fucking raw for doing nothing. Like, Schwartz,
Inexorable kid justice.
yeah, has and the whole blindness thing. I would sure be struck down blind as an adult.
Oh, Ralphie, what brought you to this lowly estate?
Soap poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I maybe I'm a good child, but I had. Is that how you wash someone's mouth out with soap? Do they you sit there with it in your mouth, or is that?
Yeah, that didn't seem to me. I assumed a little scrubbing action would take place. Yeah. I also was a good child and never had my mouth washed out with soap. Only ever heard it as a threat.
A couple of times it happened to me. Yeah, you just basically sit there with soap in your mouth for a little while, and it just gets sudsy and disgusting.
Oh, okay. You are the. I'm glad. So this is why you had to be here.
Yeah, right.
You had to be here.
Over the years, I became a connoisseur of soap. Paul Olive had a piquant after dinner flavor.
I couldn't understand why his mom tried it out, though. Like, she knows it tastes bad. Surely that was a thing back in her day. Soap wasn't a new invention.
Maybe she's forgotten, because I think that a lot of this is, as I said before, squarely in the kid territory. When you are an adult, you forget what it's like to be a kid. And maybe she's like, it wasn't this. Like, he's overreacting.
It couldn't be that bad, yeah.
Oh, right, it is that bad. I remember.
Fair point. But as a 41-year-old, I can tell you that I have absolutely zero desire to taste soap again, because I remember that it was absolutely disgusting.
Or maybe like Steve and I, she was a good kid and never had her mouth washed out.
Oh, there you go. True.
You know,
maybe.
It was definitely a threat still. I mean, I heard it. We'll wash your mouth out.
I do love the disillusion. Like, as we said, this is a lot about the child focus area of Christmas. The disillusionment of the Orphan Annie decoder ring.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like so much pressure on this decoder ring. Like, it's gonna come. It's gonna revolutionize my life. I'm part of a secret club.
Yes.
It means everything.
Yeah.
Make sure to drink
what could it be? What could it be? Like, Jean-Pierre was an excellent voice. This was important.
Be sure to drink
your Ovaltine.
So I was like, it's gonna be an advertisement, because I haven't seen this. I was like, it's gonna be an advertisement, and he was like, I expected we'd get another fuck out of him then, but no fuck. Just it's one of those things that you, like we were talking about. It's one of those presents or things that you think you want so badly until you get it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool, my decoder ring that I waited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And Randy with the dirigible, he's sleeping, hugging the dirigible. It didn't even fly. It just had those two little wheels.
Oh well. We prize things that are possibly inappropriate / weird, right?
Right.
Let's be honest. If you had a major award arrive in a box that said "Fragile," you'd be excited too. What?
Yeah, I think it was a great lamp.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Not surprised.
It's a work of art.
It's a major
Your
award. I
award.
love the discourse around it on the street is amazing. It's a major. You won a major award, and she's in there hiding behind her own hair, going,
Oh.
"Oh God."
What
But
and the war
dynamic
between the
between mum and
parents
daddy.
don't
Yeah.
want to waste electricity. The only light
Yeah.
he turns off is the leg lamp.
But I love the discourse and like the drama behind it. You never liked the leg. You hated this leg. You were
been
jealous of
I
my award.
of that.
I knew the leg, and again, not seeing this movie before, I knew that leg was dust. Like that leg.
Oh, of course.
I
like
have a
having
question here because I've had this discussion with other people. Do you think she did it on purpose or not?
100%.
Right.
It tends to break male-female. Women don't think she did it on purpose, and every guy thinks she does.
Oh, she absolutely hated it.
Of course
And
she did.
he was peacocking that thing for the whole neighborhood to see without any respect to her feelings. I don't blame her for breaking it if she did it on purpose.
You used all the glue on purpose.
Meanwhile, anytime Ralphie's like he's feeling
The
that
glow
leg.
of
He's
electric sex.
It's
Well,
like,
you know, he got his first erection in that
And
scene.
net a lamp, right?
it's like it's a great lamp. Like,
It's a major award.
it's a major award. I love it's a major award. But look, a very well designed lamp, you know.
One of my neighbors has a lamp that they put up every year.
Really?
It's up and it's lit now.
Is it a leg?
Phenomenal.
It's the leg lamp, yeah. It's the leg
actual
lamp with
lamp?
the skirt. Yeah, it's up in their window.
Oh, that's iconic.
It is
That's pretty
iconic.
I was
And
about to
it's
say,
like
there'd have to
it's
be
like
some
a
replicas, right?
trifold window. There's like the major window in the middle and two side windows, and it's got candles on the side and the leg lamp in the
so it's
middle.
focal point.
Yes.
I do love it. It's like later on that night, my dad buried the leg in the back next to the garage. I swear I heard taps playing. Giving full military honors to the poor lamp. Like,
And he has to pull the gloves off before he touches it.
It's amazing. You've got to, again, things that we get for Christmas that you don't want to deal with. The bunny
The
costume.
bunny suit.
Oh,
The pink
yeah.
nightmare. I totally forgot about that until he put it on. I was like, that's in the trailer. I'm like, that's right. I was like, where does that fit in? It's like the pink nightmare. It's just like, she spent so much time. And that's such a mother thing.
She always makes you such cute things.
And I love that they're opening the Christmas gifts. They both get the socks and they're like, mew. So, like, for generations, children have suffered socks and underwear.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Then there's that shift somewhere along the line where you're like, I would love some new socks because I don't feel like replacing my ratty ones on my own.
Who wants to buy socks and underwear? I'd rather someone buy them for me. It's like,
right?
My sister
Maybe
was
your parents
always
did
of
that.
the mind that socks and underwear came from Santa and the Nintendo came from mom and dad.
yeah, that's the way to do it. That's definitely the way to do it because, you know, again, coveted things and the blimp.
Yeah.
We've got to remember it's 1939. It's like, okay, cool.
Or whatever.
Yeah, well, 39-ish. 39 adjacent. But the pink nightmare was very relatable. Because it's like,
Indeed.
you know,
Take it
ugly
off.
sweater, horrible shirt, like,
Right.
yeah, go upstairs and take it off. Take it off. But the Santa
This
thing
wine's
came
not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad.
you want some? Yeah. No, you don't. It's like, yes, you give the kids some wine. That's when you have it at Christmas, right? Parents,
At that point, he
parents get a
doesn't
bit
know he
loose,
got
you're
the
like,
Red Ryder BB gun.
I know, that was sweet. I want to jump back to Santa though, because again, I forgot about it, and then when all of this played out, I was like, oh, like revelation flashback, because I was always like, that sounded scary. Like you said,
Right.
Bryant. Like in the trailer, I was like, that sounded scary as fuck.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
but
Well, even
maybe
even
it's
in
just
Elf, Santa's like department store Santa's like dysfunctional. I mean,
I wonder why. It's all because of the kids. But maybe it's an Australian thing. I've never seen a Santa display with a massive slide. That's fucking amazing.
yeah,
I would've
no,
died for that.
neither have I.
No, I've seen
I
like a
would've-
couple like quasi intricate displays where he has like a little cabin and like some snow and candy canes and shit.
Yeah,
But no,
but it's
never
not that-
never a massive slide or anything like that.
No.
But what a good way, again, getting rid of the kids and not having, unless they're Ralphie.
Mm.
Crawling up like it's Indiana Jones trying
Right.
to get up there. It's like, I will come
And
back.
Santa, you'll shoot your eye
Because-
out, kid.
I have to say, I own a Red Ryder car, my action 200 shot range medium model air rifle. We get, you'll shoot your eye out. And it
Right.
ends
Ho,
And that-
ho, ho.
boot to the face. And just laying there.
Utterly
Very,
defeated.
Utterly defeated. But
I love
have
when
to
he's
give,
standing in
hang on,
line
sorry.
and the witch comes up to him. Don't bother
Yeah.
me. I'm thinking. like he's getting ready for a meeting.
because I was about to mention the other kid. I love Santa Claus.
Yo, you know he's
I
skinning
love the
people in his
Wizard of
basement
Oz.
now.
Right. With the aviator glasses
Terrifying.
stuck
Oh,
on.
I thought he was special needs. I thought he was going to end up in a workshop making.
He's probably making the carbon, the
Right.
he's making them. But that kid's a good. I was like, yeah, you win. That's cute. That's very cute.
Don't
I
bother me.
just-
I'm busy.
Don't bother.
I'm thinking.
just so
Thinking.
straight laced. And she's like, the witch is like, all right, fuck that kid. Fuck that kid.
That is
Like, well, I'm
so-
going on break.
Randy gets up on Santa's lap and just totally freaks.
Well, Randy spent the whole movie screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's not a single thing that kid didn't cry about.
Right? Yeah. Randy needs to harden the fuck up. It's like, come on, kid. But
But he was definitely getting coddled. Mom held him a little
Yeah.
closer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
He's a
think.
baby. He's the baby.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Oh.
You're
And
the
I can relate
baby,
'cause
Steve.
I'm the baby. So I
That's
can
true,
relate.
baby Stevie.
Baby Stevie. That's how he likes it. But as we were talking about, there is that one present. I think we all existed for that one present as a kid too. You're like, everything's done. And like, oh, I think I see one more thing. Or, oh,
Yeah.
maybe there's something left here for you. You're like, happening!
What?
You scream. It's like internal screaming.
What's
It's
that
like,
behind the desk?
yeah. I was like, that's for
Mom.
a archetypal grumpy father. That was a
Right.
very sweet moment. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Christmas moment.
And it's in they'll go all over as he
Yeah.
pantomimes
Yeah, they're
spilling
like-
the gun here.
Yeah, they're miming. It's like,
Yeah.
I had one when I was 8. It's like, oh, cute.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have discussed the ramifications of the shotgun.
Yeah,
I just
well,
love
the pantomime scene where Ralphie imagines saving his family from
yeah, from all the criminal
black
Oh, yeah.
fart.
on their eyes and
It's all
everything. It's so cute. It's very of its time. And
Yes.
yeah, which we kind of have to reference before the end of the movie because there's slightly problematic scene coming up at the
Oh,
end.
yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But those damn dogs.
Sons of
Up
bitches.
kisses dogs.
I love just how
The cat dog ear.
I love how devastated Mum is over the turkey.
Oh.
She's like,
Mm.
but I would feel that way too. We don't do turkey in Australia. I know the lengths that people go to for the turkey, but shit. And Ralph's like, no turkey salad, no turkey sandwiches, no turkey soup.
Turkey soup.
What are we gonna do? Everyone get
Gallons
dressed.
and gallons of
Going out.
turkey soup.
We're going out. And again, this is something I remembered from the trailer. It's just like,
Oh, yeah.
oh.
I'm really surprised it hasn't been cut over the years, but
It definitely did not help the movie age well, but
No.
god damn it
No.
if it's not funny.
But we have had this conversation a lot regarding everything, especially back when the Gone with the Wind drama was about,
Right.
you know, putting warnings on things. You can't re-sanitize something after its creation. Like, this was a product of its time.
Right.
For
No
sure.
one's saying that we justify the behavior of
Right.
anything in this movie, but it's this, especially when it was supposed to be set, you know,
Right.
that
Well, you know, that
pre-post war period where everything was
there's
up
a
on
lot
war.
of problematic behavior, you know.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, yeah, kids kicking the shit out of
kids
each
are
other. all that
bullying
kind-
each other,
Yeah.
you
When
know.
we were
it's just-
kids, that was normal.
Exactly.
Like
And-
the amount of times people would get in fights at school was a daily occurrence. The flip side is nobody that I ever knew in school went and shot up the place or had their school shot up.
Right.
Like we
Right,
fought,
exactly.
we got over it and moved on with our lives.
Well,
Yeah. You got your C plus.
you
on your
can't take out
report.
15 children with a red rifle BB gun.
That's true
You
too.
could try.
But you could
Too
take
long
out
to
15
reload.
eyes.
You could, if you were a good
15
enough
eyes.
shot.
Yes.
And I just love, and this was the year that we discovered Chinese turkey. It's like, oh, it's looking at me. It's like, they're like, they're
Mom
just
screams
so-
again.
Yeah, they're just so like delightfully
It
terrifying.
isn't there a hair hide when the turkey comes
Yeah.
out? Yeah.
She can't deal with much, but I
Go serve food. Go serve food.
guess their food. Stop saying no, fa la 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 la, and he has like that quintessential like British hello,
Yeah.
fa la 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 la. It's like,
The
oh,
ants of imperialism.
it does make you. Yeah, it's very Yul Brynner, isn't it? It's like, oh. Yeah, it bristled. I bristled a little bit, but then I went, you know what? I'm going to give the film the conceit of its concept and go,
Right.
okay, this is the time. This is it.
Right.
And it's over and done with. It's not like that they carried some sort of like racist message through the rest of the
No.
film. Not there's much left to do. But they're like, okay, this is what happened. And the tradition of Chinese for dinner on Christmas Eve, you know, it's a thing.
I mean, in the 80s and 90s, playing with stereotypes was a lot more common too. So when this movie was made, that was definitely not something that anybody would have scoffed at.
Right.
And I don't think it was
And
malicious.
there was also there was a lot of Chinese restaurants that stayed open on holidays because it wasn't their holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I mean, when we were kids.
And
Nowadays
still to
they
this
close.
day.
Oh,
yeah,
here they close. They close here.
Everyone
But
closes. Everyone closes.
I know.
Except there's one supermarket here that doesn't close. Like, and you're like, oh, it's open. Drive.
Oh, even Wegmans closes for like 8 hours. They're open
Not
from 9.
Wegmans.
They're open till noon, and then they close until 8 p.m.
They're open on Christmas morning. Oh,
Yes.
That's a bit
sucks.
hard.
Nobody should
So
be
mom
open
can run to the
Christmas
store and get that extra pound of butter she forgot, or those Pillsbury biscuits she forgot.
morning. Nobody's gonna live for another 8 hours without that butter
No.
or that bit of milk.
No.
I mean,
But
toilet
that's
paper,
pretty
I
much-
guess.
Yeah,
Maybe,
TP.
maybe that's worth it, but
Especially in a post-COVID reality, we all know. You know, we all
Of
know.
course.
We all-
The gas station down the street that sells beer 24 hours is still open on Christmas Day.
yeah, you got that
Essentials,
Christmas booze.
essentials, essentials. But that's the end of the movie. We tuck ourselves into bed and we live happily ever after.
Well, you
Pretty
gotta, mom and dad gotta listen to the carolers sing and have their glass of wine, and it's like, all was right with the world.
Always right with the world. And it seems that this movie has well and truly, like, as we said, become an icon of the season.
Yeah.
And Americana itself, I would say,
Yep.
like
For sure.
American Christmas, capital A American
I mean,
Christmas.
it definitely parades that idea of the American dream with the two kids and the white picket fence and all that other crap.
And the stay-at-home mom and the,
Yeah,
you know, the working class dad who puts on a suit every day, even though we never know what he does.
right.
So there was over 8,000 actors auditioned for the role of Ralphie.
Oh, really?
Damn.
Yep. Among them were Keith Coogan, Sean Astin, and Will Wheaton.
Oh, wow.
Will Wheaton. That would have been fun.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Mhm.
Could you imagine?
Oh.
It's finding a Macaulay Culkin, really, isn't
Right,
it? To go,
right.
this
Mhm.
is
Has
it.
anybody seen, speaking of Macaulay, just to change the commercial where he's like, "You think you had it rough? My family
have
left me.
I
Went
have
to
not.
Paris. I was alone for days."
Saw it the other day. That was good.
so much so it's so ingrained in this
Yeah.
in the culture. It was set in a mythical town.
Hmm.
But the exterior of the house in Cleveland is iconic, yeah. And
Yep.
they reconfigured the inside to match the soundstage interiors, and it's now a Christmas story house like museum.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can
that's
go in
cool.
there. It's an attraction. So
Hmm.
it did spawn sequels as well for those of us that are interested in getting the complete experience.
I know of
I
one
guess we would say.
sequel. I don't know.
There are
I've never,
sequels.
yeah, I've never seen the.
There
I'm
are
a
a few.
purist.
There's one
Only
that
the
was released
original will do for
recently.
me.
There's one that was released recently, which has the surviving original cast in it. 2022. So
That's
yeah.
not the one
Oh.
where Ralphie's grown up, right? Or you talk about a different one?
No, this is a Christmas Story Christmas in 2022. So they're doing like the horror movie thing where they ignore all the other ones, and this is a direct sequel. So it has HBO Max apparently. Takes place in the 70s, and adult Ralphie catching up with his friends at Christmas time.
Oh.
Ian Petrella, Scott Schwartz, R.D. Robb, and Zach Drosh. Zach Ward reprise their roles as Randy Parker, Flick Schwartz, and Scott Farkas, respectively. So there you go.
I have seen Scott Farkas on something. He was still wearing the coonskin cap.
Yeah, so
as an adult.
they're still and that film was dedicated to Darren McGavin, who played Dad and passed away. Melinda Dillon died less than 2 months after the film was released in 2023. So someone else played Mrs. Parker in the movie because she was not well. So, but there's stage adaptations too. There's a play. There's a musical.
There was a musical.
A pantomime. There's a live show. So
pantomime.
Yeah, it's all kinds of. I would guess it's kind of like Rocky Horror, like join in and throw a leg at the stage or something. But, I don't know. Having seen it for the first time, I get it. I as someone who didn't grow up with it, that wasn't shoved down my face. I get it. I see the appeal. I see the sense of tradition in it. So what I would like to ask you two is, how many Red Ryder Carbine Action 200 shot range model air rifles would you give this out of 5?
Oh, full up 5.
I would go 4.
5? 4? Yeah.
4 rifles out of 5.
4 rifles out of 5.
I'm a 5 out of 5.
I'm gonna give it 3.5 rifles and a leg, because I enjoyed it. Like, there was parts where it dragged a little bit, but I'm like, I enjoyed it and I get it for what it is. And it's will I rush back to watch it? Like Bryant said, probably not. But if it's ever on in the background at Christmas time, I'll sit there and go,
yeah. That's part of how you love it. It's on 24 hours for Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. You don't have to think about it. You can sit there and wrap your presents, or you come home drunk from wherever you were and Just like, oh, look, it's Christmas Story.
Let it
And you can
wash
turn
over
it on
you.
anywhere it starts. You know where it's going. You know.
You're all. No. All right, I have one more question for you then. We've mentioned the big three. If there is, technically four with the Muppets. If there is something else worth watching at Christmas time, what is it?
I love to see the Christmas Carol with Patrick Stewart.
Mm.
What else do I love? It's a Wonderful Life, Alf, Christmas Story, Christmas Carol with Patrick Stewart, Muppet Christmas. Those are my top five.
I've got two.
What are they?
Gremlins.
Gremlins as a Christmas movie?
Okay.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
All right.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
I'll have to give it a rewatch.
And one of the other ones,
Die Hard.
No, I am all about watching Krampus at Christmas.
I need to watch that. I haven't seen it.
No.
These horrible, horrible people get everything they deserve. You're like, you deserve the horror of this, of what's about to happen to you. You are horrible, horrible people.
I'm very much a sucker for the old animated ones like Rudolph and Frosty.
Yes,
and,
the
Here
Grinch.
Comes Santa Claus. But
The
my
original
girlfriend recently turned me on to Anna and the Apocalypse, which I told you about, Stevie, and
You
that's
did.
a fun Christmas flick. If you like dark comedy.
I didn't even know it exists. I'll have to look it up.
I think it sounds a bit horror-ish. V, you might not.
Oh, and I probably won't watch it.
I do, of course.
It's a Shaun of the Dead-esque musical set at Christmas time.
It's a musical, Vera. So you
all
might
right, I
make
could possibly get into that.
It was fun.
I
was like, this is going to be weird, but well worth the time.
Okay.
I do also watch Black Christmas every now and then.
I haven't heard
Which
of
is
that
just the original.
Don't
The
know it.
original has just had its 50th anniversary.
one.
It's got Margot Kidder in it. Yeah, it's good times. It's good times if you like.
You know what
crazy
used to be
Santas.
shown on Christmas all the time was Sound of Music.
At
That's true.
Christmas?
Yeah, they used to play
Yeah,
a lot.
Sound of Music used to get played on Christmas time.
Well, we've got the ads on TV now for National Lampoon's Christmas night.
Hmm.
That's a standard here. Christmas night, National Lampoon's. Okay. And again, I'll probably watch it if it's on.
Apparently, there's a sequel to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Cousin Eddie. I don't know what happens in it. I only just saw it.
I can only
post
imagine
for
the
it.
shitter would be full.
Oh, of course it.
The
But
shitter's
I have to
full.
give that a watch. I'll report back.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you two for joining us today for
Yes.
a bit of
Of
enlightenment.
course.
It was fun. If you
Mhm.
have a favorite Christmas movie out there that we haven't mentioned, please let us know because I would like to know. Sometimes it takes me as a retail worker a little bit to get into the spirit of Christmas, so I need to watch it.
You're going to get into it and it's going to be
watch
over.
some stuff. Well, look, better late than never, right? Better late than never. But we will be back at you. We're taking the live show off this week. So no Thursday show. We're taking it off. We're having a Christmas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, maybe. I can do it. I can do it. We'll see. We might not be. It could be me and Vera. Who knows? That's what
happened
we do
before.
at Uncensored Radio. We just keep it rolling. But thank you, Bryant. Thank you, Vera.
Yeah.
Until
Yes.
next
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
And don't
See you in the new
be
year.
done for Christmas because you'll shoot your eye out.